Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. As we get ready to rock and roll, we get ready to set these drivers loose. We get a massive field of drivers here yet again this evening for a wonderful night of racing action here from the Sunshine State. It is Volusia Speedway Park, the home of the Wednesday night street fights, the DWRL, the Dirt Warrior Racing League, ready to rock and roll, ready to rumble here from the beautiful Volusia Speedway Park. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. You guys know what to do already. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that gosh heckin' follow and subscribe button as we're all suited up here this evening. We're back in black, baby, as we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to put on a show here for each and every one of you as these drivers get ready to rock and roll. They get ready to go to battle in just a few more moments. Practice coming to a close. That means we're going to get ready here for our first heat race of the evening in just a few more moments. Mama Bear coming in showing the love. Hello, my boy Aaron. Hello, Mama Bear. David, how are you? Coming in, showing the love. David coming in, showing the love here. And this one says, hey, how are you? Cody McCoy says, let's go. We out here. Let's go, Cody. Let's go, my boy. Good luck out there, brother. Hey, baby girl, says Maddie Fletchel's Mr. Fletchel coming in, showing the love here in this one. Hi, Ty Dickinson. What's up, brother? What's up, my boy? Johnny Ratley with the like on the stream. Jeff Dickinson with that heart reaction. Papa Mike with the heart and the share coming in, showing the love. Wayne Pierce, Matt Fletcher with the heart reactions as well. My boy Jacob Stefanski, Caleb Ramsey coming in, showing the love here as well. Cody McCoy with the like and the share. Steven Stefanski, Ty Dickinson, Mama Dickinson, Susie Dickinson coming in with the heart reactions as well as we're going to get these drivers ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, smash that gosh heckin' like button. Let's see the comments fly up in the chat here yet again, and let's just see everything blow up here like we always want it to as we get these drivers ready to rock and roll. Heat race number 1 is going to get loaded into the sim and ready to see who can pick up the first win here of the day as these drivers are going to get loaded in down pit side, and we're going to get ready to set them loose. Starting on the pole in the number 21 ride, that is Brett Beavers to his outside. In the DWR iRacing iFlag JRE machine, that is Dan Stifler. Starting in position number 3 in the 0-0 ride is the TNT Racing Cocky Floyd Consulting machine. That is Ethan Bowers into his outside. In the 2 ride, another one of those TNT Racing machines. That is the 2 ride of Jason Gunnels. Starting in position number 3 in the 822 is the Shark. It's T-Jack. Tyler Jackson there in 5th with Matt Fletchel. In the Black Diamond Mafia Speed Ranch number 26 ride, the Papa Mike Promotions machine there in position number 6. Matt Taylor right there behind him in that Sweet Tea Gang Black Diamond Motorsports ride. Starting there in 8th with Zachary J. Clark in the Race on Texas 727 ride there in 7th. Starting in position number 9 in the Mud Duck Racing with Volusia Speed Shop number 13. That is Caleb Ramsey into his outside. In the 9 ride, it is the 9 ride, the Volusia Speed Shop machine. That is Carl Kilgore. And bringing up the rear of the field in the 43 ride, it is the Sipes Landscaping Studio A Hair Salons number 43, the Dark Side Racing ride. That's Grady Ehrman. 12 drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here in heat race number 1. We're looking for two drivers to transfer through into this A main feature event as Brett Beavers and Dan Stifler going to lead us down to the green flag as we are green flag racing here for the Wednesday night street fights. Quickly, the 21 of Brett Beavers out in front, looking to try to run away with it as it's a dogfight back there behind him. Drivers trying to work themselves up to the front of the field. Other drivers trying to hang on to their rides and not fall farther back as they're trying to hang on here as lap number 1 is going to go to Brett Beavers. Beavers leading lap number 1 here in this one with Dan Stifler right there in position number 2. Ethan Bowers, Tyler Jackson, and Matt Fletchel right there in 4th and 5th as T-Jack down low trying to work himself up in front of the 26 as he goes for the slide jump. Look out! The 727 of Zachary J. Clark almost got a big piece of that 26 ride, almost spun Matt Fletchel right around. And that's going to open up the door here for Jason Gunnels with a big run to try to hunt down that 727 ride, as he's got Caleb Ramsey right there to his inside as the Mud Dog Racing ride trying to hold on back there for position number 7 is Jason Gunnels. Sliding backwards here in this one, already down 4 positions, and unfortunately trending in the wrong direction. Matt Taylor, Grady Ehrman right there behind him, and then we see Eddie Farnes and that number 9 ride of Carl Kilgore bringing up the rear of the field. Not normally where we see Carl Kilgore at the back of the pack. He's got a lot of ground to make up as we get a lead change. The 21 up the racetrack. Brett Beavers unfortunately missing the corner there. That's going to open up the door as Dan Stifler down the back straightaway is going to lead the way. Down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4, it's the 71 of Dan Stifler who's going to jump up and take this lead away. So Dan Stifler to the top spot. Ethan Bowers right there in position number 2. T-Jack Tyler Jackson up into that 3rd position on the racetrack. And here comes Zach Clark and Caleb Ramsey as well. Ramsey right now with the hard charger here as he's up 4 positions. And he may not be done yet as he's worked himself up inside the top 5. Grady Urban on his way to the front of the field here as well. A couple spots outside of top 5 here. It's unfortunately for Brett Beavers continuing to slide back, and Matt Fletchel taking the 26 ride off the racetrack is out in front. The 71 ride, the JREDWR iRacing iFlag ride of Dan Stifler continues to show these drivers how to get it done. Ethan Bowers trying to hold on to position number 2 as here comes Zach Clark, and they're going to go 3 wide here for position number 2. Some contact. T-Jack though using that middle lane to go door to door down into quarter number 1 with the 727 of Zach Clark as the race on Texas. 727 ride looking to jump up into a transfer spot. He's not quite able to get there as a good run on the outside for T-Jack. Tyler Jackson finds himself there in second with 1 more lap left to go. The white flag has been displayed, so the final time around here for Dan Stifler. Stifler heads down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Nice and easy out of quarter number 4 as this is Dan Stifler's night as he picks up heat race win number 1 on the evening. Tyler Jackson there in second as our top 2 will transfer through. Zach Clark, Bowers, Caleb Ramsey, and everybody else will unfortunately be heading to the consolation races. No, Tony, probably the oldest street stock league in iRacing. Yeah, it's definitely probably the oldest league in iRacing. And no, it's it's the third or fourth race of the season already, as we've already been rocking and rolling in this one for a little bit. Yeah, it's invitation only. You got to be invited to race here, unfortunately, and that's why you see some of the best, not only in dirt street stocks, but in some of all of the motorsports here in iRacing, competing here this evening as we're going to get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole in the 77 ride, that is Chris Beavers into his outside. In the Speed Ranch Black Diamond Mafia Pop of My Promotions ride, that is Skylar Pruitt. Starting in position number 3 in the 99 is the Memphis Grizzlies TNT Racing ride. That's Tim the Two-Man Taylor into his outside. In the Health and Gaming number 13, that is Cody McCoy. Starting in position number 5 in the Sunrise Racing WB Crave Designs Throttle Down Motorsports number 15, that is Steven Stefanski into his outside. In the TNT Racing number 88, that is Cody Ernest. Starting in position number 7 in the iRacing iFlag JREDWR number 20P, that is Chad Puterbo into his outside. In the Black Diamond Mafia number 46, that is Wayne Pierce. Starting in position number 9 in the 89 is the Dark Side Racing DWRL machine, that is Bradley Means into his outside. In the Joyride, that is the 0 of Billy Northcutt in his Viv's Liquor Dirt Panda number 0. And bringing up the rear of the field in the 720, that is Jackie Whaley's. We got 11 more drivers duking it out here for 2 more transfer positions. 2 more drivers are going to transfer through and punch their ticket into the A main feature event. Chris Beavers quickly onto the lap pedal, just like we saw Brett Beavers do. They're in heat race number 1 as the Beavers getting the benefits here as they're able to pill draw their way to the front row here of heat race number 1 in heat race number 2. It didn't quite work out for Brett Beavers as he slid back to the rear of the field. We'll see if Chris Beavers can hang on and keep that 77 ride out in front. Tim Taylor working the inside lane here, working himself around the 96 of Skylar Pruitt as Pruitt back to position number 3. He's on the outside of a transfer spot, looking in as here comes Cody McCoy right there in position number 4. Cody Ernest there in that 5th position, trying to work himself around the 15 ride here of Steven Stefanski. Chad Puderbo right there in the mix. Bradley Means there in 8th. And here comes Jackie Whaley trying to work himself up towards the front of the field. Billy Northcutt there in position number 10. And Wayne Pierce there in position number 11. Chad Puderbo, though, is going to go around some heavy contact for the 20P machine. A heartbreaker for Chad Puderbo. No caution flag on the racetrack. We'll see if we can get another look at this one and see what happened here to the 20P machine down the front straightaways. He gets a little loose there, washes up the racetrack, and then some contact there with him in the 89 ride of Bradley Means, and a heartbreaker right there for the 20P as Chad Puderbo now deep in the field as out in front the TNT Racing number 77 ride of Chris Beavers continues to lead the way. His TNT Racing teammate there, it's Tim the Toolman Taylor in position number 2 as he's looking to take him to school here as the old man out in that 2nd spot. And then we have Skylar Pruitt, one of the young guns right there on his back bumper as the Speed Ranch Papa Mike Promotions ride gonna give him a shot in the shorts, trying to figure out a way back up into that 2nd spot as they're starting to build a bit of a gap between themselves and our 4th place driver, Cody McCoy. Steven Stefanski hanging on right there for position number 5 with Cody Ernest there in 6. Jackie Whaley up 4 positions on the racetrack into position number 7, finds himself right there on the outside of a transfer position. Has to pass a lot of very, very fast cars, but anything can happen, but he's able to make some passes and work himself up towards the front of the field. Bradley Means right there behind him with Billy Northcutt there in 9th. Wayne Pierce in position number 10, and Chad Puderbo at the rear of the field there in position number 11 as Chris Beavers out in front, continuing to do a great job, starting to open up a little bit of a gap here between himself and that number 99 of Tim Taylor. As Taylor right there in position number 2, and how do you do as he's looking to try to punch his way into this A main feature event as we see the white flag fly one more time around here for Chris Beavers. His Beavers out in front is going to lead us down the back straightaway here for the final time in heat race number 2. And here you go, a big move down low. The 96 of Skylar Pruitt trying to get there. He's not going to be able to do it as out in front. It's Chris Beavers picking up heat race win number 2. Tim Taylor there in that 2nd and final transfer spot here in our 2nd heat race of the day. So Chris Beavers and Tim Taylor will move on to the A main feature event. Everybody else behind them will be going to the consolation races. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here. Heat race number 3 is about to get underway. My boy, Rich Murtaugh, Mr. Murtaugh coming in with the big freaking love here in this one with the 200-star donation. I appreciate you, Rich, coming in showing the big love here again with another 200-star dono. Caleb Ramsey with the let's go up in the chat. Rocky, absolutely, a rest in peace right there for Chad Puderbo. That was a tough break right there for him. That was a tough break there for the poor old 20P ride. Dang, missed the invite again. Dang, Alex, we miss you out here, brother. We miss you out there on the racetrack. We'll have to get you into the next one, hopefully. Hopefully we can get you into some more of these. Rob Stefanski says, looking sharp, buddy. Good luck, Steve. I appreciate you, Rob. I appreciate you taking note of the finer things in life. We're suited up and we're ready to dress to impress here in this one. As we get them out there on the racetrack, heat race number 3 is about to get underway. As starting on the pole in the DWR number 57 ride, that is Jeremy Akins. To his outside, it's the Witch Doctor. It's Nathan Trepo there in position number 2. Starting in position number 3 in the Cocky Floyd Consulting Speed Ranch 5H, that is Chris Hill into his outside. In the Joey's Woodworking Dark Side Racing number 4, it's Joey Brewer. Inserting in position number 5 on the racetrack is another one of those dark side racing rides. That is the 37 machine of James Stockton, and his outside is the Big D machine. That is Dustin Benton right there in position number 6. William Hargraves down the inside, a row and number 4 there in position number 7 in the Malum Electric. Joyride Design 71H ride to his outside, the 32. That is Jacob Stefanski. Then we see David Blackburn and the Adrenaline Racing ride, the 4 machine, a Seth Castle. Bring it up the field as we're looking for 2 more drivers to punch their ticket here into the A-Main feature event as Jeremy Akins takes him down to a crawl and hits the gas pedal, looking to run away as we see some beating and banging. Back here is their 3, 4 wide back on the back straightaway. Dustin Benton trying to work himself up to the front of the field as they're 5 wide here, down through corner number 3 and 4. I don't know if this is gonna work. Around goes Dustin Benton. Benton's going to get turned around, and oh no, the caution flag is going to fly for the first time here this evening as they were 5 wide down through quarter number 3 and 4. And unfortunately, it did not work out for the Throttle Down Motorsports Precision Auto Bodies WB Crave Designs ride of Dustin Benton, as we will take a look at it and see what happened here again. As man, oh man, oh man, this is the racing action you want to see at any single racetrack. And right there, 5 wide down out of quarter number 4, and unfortunately things close up in a quick hurry. And for Dustin Benton, the worst case scenario here for the 34 ride as he's going to get spun around off the nose of that 37 of James Stockton. Stockton trying to get onto the binders. Unfortunately, the 4 ride right there behind him, right on his back bumper, couldn't really get checked up in time, and unfortunately, the Big D machine going to go for a wild spill there in quarter number 4 as we will take another look at it right here from on the cockpit of that number 34 ride. And just unfortunately, yeah, just nothing you can do there except for hang on and hope for the best. He's got our counter steer trying to get her pointed back in the right direction as week 1 winner Dustin Benton now at the rear of the field here as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Hey, PC Poo, Sarcy! My girl Sarcy in the house, coming in, showing the love. How are you, Sarcy? Sarcy coming in with all the hearts here in this one. Ty Dickinson says 5 wide. Holy balls, he says. Holy balls. That 42 is a sweet paint job. Yeah, the Witch Doctor ride is very, very fresh. Nathan Trepo always coming to the racetrack with a beautiful looking ride here in that 42 NT Machinist. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. As we'll get them stacked up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're enjoying this racing action, make sure you hit that heart reaction, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching over on Twitch as well, make sure you hit that follow button there as well. Bandit and the Snowman coming in showing the love. How are you, Bandit? The Snowman coming in showing the love here in this one over there on YouTube. And Warthog, Bird Nerd, everyone coming in showing the love over there on Twitch as well. As man, Twitch is popping off over there as well. Sorry if I missed any of the comments, ladies and gentlemen, as we are right back into the racing action. I'll try to get to him as much as possible as Jeremy Akins out in front, continuing to lead the way. The Witch Doctor, Nathan Trepo, hanging on to position number 2 as once again it's a dogfight back there behind him. Here comes William Hargraves, already up 4 positions. The 32 of Jacob Stefanski right there as well, working himself up to the front of the field as right now Stefanski and William Hargraves, the hard chargers here in this one, as the Stefanski ride out into position number 3, now up 5 positions on the racetrack. These drivers are coming from the rear of the field to the front of the pack in a quick hurry, as they're right there on the back bumper of the Witch Doctor. He might have to start throwing some curses out the window. I don't know if he has some thumbtacks or something that the Witch Doctor needs to throw out there and maybe try to puncture a few tires, as William Hargraves and Jacob Stefanski are going to battle right there behind him, and they're trying to reel him in a quick hurry, as they know that Nathan Trepo, he is on that final transfer spot right now. Everybody back here behind the 42 NT will be going to the consolation races, and that is a place you do not want to be. You want to work yourself into the show here through these heat races and not have to sweat it in those consies, knowing that you may not have an opportunity to run in the A-Main feature event. But right now, Nathan Trepo putting on a show, hanging on and putting That 42 NT currently into the show. William Hargraves right there behind him, trying to take a look down low, and here comes that 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski as well. Slowly but surely, Seth Castle up 5 spots, working himself to the front of the field. Here is the Adrenaline Racing ride up into position number 5 as Dustin Benton's found himself a way back up into 6. David Blackberg up 4 spots here as well, there in 7th as James Stockton, Chris Hill, and Joey Brewer unfortunately on the slide backwards as we get some great side-by-side battling. Here for position number 2 is William Hargraves. Has finally been able to find a way down low, looking good. Here goes for the slide job. They're in corner number 3 and 4. They're going to go 3 wide here off of corner number 4. It almost didn't work out as the 32 had his nose pinched off. Right there as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time down the back straightaway. They're looking to split this 42 NT as down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's Jeremy Akins picking up heat race win number 3. William Hargraves there in that second and final transfer spot. That means Trepo, Stefanski, Castle, and everybody else will be going to the consolation races as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 4. You wanted more? Well, here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I told you, this is going to be an absolutely massive race, an absolutely breathtaking facility here at Volusia Speedway Park, and being able to facilitate all these drivers and all these crews here this evening as we get 11 more cars loaded into the sim and ready to win here in this one. Is starting on the pole in heat race number 4. It's the 5-6 Graphics, Papa Mike Promotions, Black Diamond Mafia, Papa Mike Promotions Speed Ranch ride. That is the 67 of Ty Dickinson starting on that pole position. To his outside in the iRacing iFlag DWR JRE number 57, that is Jim Revis. And down on the inside, a row number 2 in the iRacing iFlag Spartan Transportation Majulis A Speed Shop number 97 ride. That is Rocky Battenfield. To his outside of the DWR iRacing iFlag JRE number 10 ride, that is Lon Franks. And down on the inside, a row number 5 in the Adrenaline Racing number 327 machine. That's the Gawky Floyd Consulting ride of Joe DeVries. To his outside, the Adrenaline Racing ride, his teammate in the 7 ride, that is Johnny Nolan. And down on the inside, a row number 4 in the 28 ride, it's the Rieger Logging number 28 of Daniel Eichstead. To his outside in the Throttle Down Motorsports WB Grave Designs ride, that is Dylan Simmons. Then we see the number 83 of Brian Tapp for the iRacing Dirt Memes iRacing iFlag DWR ride. Into his outside in the 37, that is James Beavers. And then we see the 1 machine, the TNT Racing ride of Cody Heathcock there in position number 11 on the racetrack as we are back to green flag racing. Heat race number 4 is underway, and unfortunately something happened here to Jim Revis. Did not make the start of this one. He was out on the racetrack. I don't know if he lost internet or somehow he got disconnected from iRacing right before this green flag, and unfortunately he's off the racetrack as leading lap number 1, making a power move. Down low is the 10 ride of Lon Franks as Frank's gonna jump up and take this lead away from Ty Dickinson. Dickinson now trying to hold on as they're gonna go 3 wide right there below him as the 97 of Rocky Battenfield and the 7 ride of Johnny Nolan both poke their noses into it. This is the 67 of Ty Dickinson trying to use that hindsight momentum to keep himself right there in position number 2 as he's all over the back bumper of Lon Franks. Rocky Battenfield, though, down to his inside as Battenfield looking for a way up into position number 2. And here comes Dylan Simmons. Simmons has been working himself up through the field here, finds himself inside the top 5 now, trying to get right to the back bumper of the 97 and the 67 for that battle. In position number 2 as he goes door to door with the 7 ride of Johnny Nolan. Joe DeVries back there, a little bit of contact. Brian Taft, Joe DeVries coming together. The Rieger Logging 28 ride of Daniel Eichstead collected in that as well in our first caution flag of the evening. First caution flag here in this one. Wowzers. Another good race here in these heat races, and unfortunately, Brian Taft and that 327 rider, Joe DeVries, trying to get everything they can. Taft down low, unfortunately just sends it in there a little bit too hard, a little bit too far, and unfortunately just gets right there into that left rear of the number 327. We'll take another look at it here as we'll jump. Let's see if we can get a good look here on the chase angle here of this 53 rider, Brian Taft, as Taft unfortunately gets in there a little bit too hard, a little bit too far, and just washes up into the 327 right there. Giving that love tap, nowhere to go for Daniel Eichstedt as he gets collected in that one, and some pretty good damage to all three drivers. As we'll stack them up, rack them up, we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll get ready to set them back loose here in this one. Bandit and the Snowman says, looking for the 40 deuce, Dr. Trepo. Let's go. Good effort, Doc. Yeah, that was a great effort there in heat race number 3 for Mr. Nathan Trepo as he came up one spot short of punching his ticket, but he's going to set himself up here for a good run in this consolation race. That should put him up towards the front row in his consi. Edic Media coming in, showing the love over there on YouTube as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the stream. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Become a part of the PeaceMaker family. Become part of the PeaceMaker crew here today. As we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go, we'll get these drivers ready to duke it out here for heat race number 4. Once again, it's Chris W. Sleep coming in, showing the love. Billy Northcutt, Jeremy Aiken, Skylar Pruitt coming in with the sub-anniversary with the 1 year and 3 months of being a subscriber here on PeaceMaker Gaming as we are back to green flag racing. Lon Franks out in front, and the heat is on for our second place driver, Ty Dickinson, as they're 3 wide once again here for position number 2. Rocky Battenfield down low, gonna go for the slide jump over the 67 and the 33. Door to door, down into quarter number 1. Ty Dickinson with a good run down low, looking to jump up into that second spot here once again, but Rocky Battenfield trying to stay right there to his outside and possibly to jump up into that preferred line. And Dylan Simmons with a great run up 4 positions on the racetrack, and he may not be done yet as that 33 ride all over the back bumper of that 67 machine. Johnny Nolan there in position number 5. Daniel Eichstedt there in 6. Brian Taft, Cody Dwayne Heathcock there in 7th and 8th. Joe DeVries and James Beavers rounding out the field here is unfortunately for Jim Revis. I do believe he is a couple laps down out there in the iRacing iFlag number 57 ride as he just cruising back there at the rear of the field. Is out in front, Lon Franks leading the way here in the 10 ride as he heads down the back straightaway into quarter number 3, but we're going to see the caution flag fly. Caution flag coming back out here in this heat race. Looks like Cody Dwayne Heathcock having some issues here. Unfortunately for Beavers, he's going to get collected as well as the 1 ride trying to hang on to it, washing down the racetrack a little bit, and the 37 coming up. They just meet there in the middle. Unfortunately, they're both going to go around, and the caution flag will fly there in quarter number 2 as we will get another look here at what happened as the 37 and the 1 ride is unfortunately coming together here. As they make the contact, they go around, they go for a little loop-de-loop there. You see the 1 ride coming down, the 37 coming up, and unfortunately they both just meet in the middle and run out of racing room here at Volusia, and that means we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Yo, Bree coming in, showing the love. Bree Goatsinger coming in with that like on the stream. Matt Fletchell says double cheeseburger, $4 right now while under caution flag. Ooh, single cheeseburger, $5. What? How's that a better deal? That's nowhere near a better deal right there. I think I'm going with the double cheeseburger for $4, but that's just me. Nachos are $3. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Nachos are $3. That's going to be good. That would be good. Might want to announce the sale on double cheeseburgers going on right now. Yeah. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, finally no B-main for me, says Mr. Tim the Toolman Taylor. Tyler Robinson says, wish I would have made it, but I'm out for 6 weeks. Broke my hand. Oh, no. Tyler, my boy, that's no good, brother. That's no good. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that. Jordan Phillips says, Nathan Trepo is my hero. I like that. Nathan Trepo, I think, is all of our heroes. Dakota Proud coming in with the like on the stream as well as Randy Bowman coming in with the like. Tyler Robinson with the heart reaction. Tristan Sykes with that like on the stream as well. Tim Taylor coming in with the heart reaction. Vicky Scholler, Mama Scholler coming in with the heart as well. Jeff Dickinson, Amy Marie Stefanski, Sarcy Hopkins, Dylan Simmons, River Burke, Rob Stefanski, all coming in showing the love with the reactions here as we are back to green flag racing. Lon Frank's going to get that green flag back out into the air here in this one as Rocky Battenfield trying to hold on for position number 2 as our top 2 will transfer through into the A main feature event. Everybody else will be going to the consolation races. Ty Dickinson there in third as Dylan Simmons right there behind him, and Johnny Nolan still rounding out our top 5 as we see the white flag fly. Lon Franks for the final time out of quarter number 2 down the back straightaway here in heat race number 4. Rocky Battenfield going to take a look down low, but I don't know if he's going to get there. Is out of quarter number 4. It's Lon Franks picking up heat race win number 4 here in this one. Rocky Battenfield there in second. Ty Dickinson, unfortunately, on the outside looking in there in heat race number 4. And ladies and gentlemen, you wanted more. Well, here you go as we're going to jump right into our first consolation race of the evening. Our first consi about to get underway. Once again, huge shout out to my boy Rich Murtaugh coming in with the 200-star donation. Rich with the share and the like on the stream as well. Jordan Phillips with that like on the stream. Jason Gunnels with the like and the share. My boy Bryce C. Bear, Bryce Dickinson with the heart reaction. Brandon Blackman, Tyler Briggs coming in with the likes as well. Frank Fonda coming in, smashing the thumbs up. Rocky Battenfield, Tony Whipperman, Craig Michael Deacon all coming in, showing the love. Cody Ernest Racing coming in with the double like there in that one. My boy Skylar Pruitt with the thumbs up. Just Bib with the heart reaction. Cody Dwayne Heathcock with the like and the share on the stream. Johnny Ratley, Jeff Dickinson coming in, showing the love here as well in this one. As we will get them stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go. Hard leftover pretzels with nacho cheese, $1. You get what you get. You get what you get. That's 100% it. You get what you get. 100% here in this one as we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Here in this one is our first consolation race of the evening is about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're enjoying the racing content, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that share button, hit that follow or subscribe button as we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Starting on the pole in the race on Texas 727 ride, that is Zachary J. Clark to his outside in the Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotions number 67 ride. That is Ty Dickinson. Then we see the Stefanskis of Jacob Stefanski, Steven Stefanski there in row number 2. And then Jason Gunnels, Bradley Means, Daniel Eichstead, David Blackberg, Cody Heathcock, Eddie Farnes, Chad Puderbo, and Joey Brewer bringing up the rear of the field as 12 drivers ready to rock and roll here for our D main consolation race. 6 drivers. 6 drivers will punch their ticket into the show. 6 drivers will unfortunately be loading up their rides and joining the fans of the stands here after this race as we see the green flag fly quickly. Zach Clark onto the loud pedal looking to run away with this one as Clark out in front, out at corner number 2 with Ty Dickinson right there in tow in position number 2. Jacob Stefanski there in that 3rd spot with Jason Gunnell sitting pretty there in position number 4. Steven Stefanski trying to hold on to position number 4 on the racetrack here as he battles door to door with that 2 ride of Jason Gunnels. David Blackberg, Daniel Eichstead right there in that 6th and 7th position here is right now the black and white number 16 ride currently in that 6th and final transfer spot, trying to work himself closer and closer to the front of the field as he's currently on the hot seat, knowing that he is the final position into the show here, knowing that he needs to get up on top of the wheel and put some breathing room between himself and this transfer spot as he's got a lot of fast and hungry drivers right there behind him. The 89 ride of Bradley Means there in position number 7 with Eddie Farnes. There in 8th, Daniel Eichstead, Joey Brewer, Cody Dwayne Heathcock, and Chad Puderbo all right there. And when you look at the field, you see the 89 ride of Bradley Means there in position number 7, trying to work himself into the show. One of those very, very fast dark side racing rides as he makes a little bit of contact. They're going to get bounced around. Eddie Farnes is going to get into him in the announcer's curse. Unfortunately, going to spin the 89 ride of Bradley Means around. No caution flag on the racetrack here for the 89 machine. is out in front. It's still Zachary J. Clark, as Clark continuing to lead the way here in this one. Damn, tough Conti, says Tim Taylor. Go Cody Heathcock. Yes, go Cody Heathcock. Come on, Bradley Means, says Mama Bear. Unfortunately, Mama Bear, I think we cursed the 89 ride of Bradley Means here, as he's unfortunately at the back of the pack and would need a caution flag here in a quick hurry to catch up to the rest of the field. That's a D main like most A mains. Yeah, exactly. Like most A mains, you normally see these drivers in. This is actually a D main consolation race, and right now is currently being led by the 727 ride of Zachary Clark, as Clark out in front in the race on Texas ride. Ty Dickinson right there in position number 2. Jacob Stefanski in the Sunrise Racing Throttle Down Motorsports number 32 ride there in third, as Jason Gunnels and his cousin, I do believe, right there in position number 5, with Steven Stefanski there in position number 5, and David Blackburn still in that 6th and final transfer spot here, trying to hold on, trying to keep all these drivers at bay. Back there behind him is the Rieger Logging 28 rider Daniel Eichstedt, Eddie Farnes, Joey Brewer, Chad Puderbo, Cody Dwayne Heathcock, and Bradley Means trying to catch up to that 6th and final transfer position, as right now it's being held by this 16 ride of David Blackburn, as Blackburn out in front, still showing him how to do it here in this one, as he's in that 6th spot, not letting the pressure get to him, trying to minimize mistakes, trying not to slip up, trying to keep that gap right there behind himself and that 28 ride of Daniel Eichstedt. He would love to move up, though, and try to snag a few more spots here, trying to work himself up to the front of the field here, as a bunch of good hard racing right here, as the 2 ride of Jason Gunnels trying to find a way underneath of the 32 of Jacob Stefanski for position number 3 on the racetrack. And as they continue to run a little bit of door to door, it's slowly but surely reeling in those drivers that are on the outside looking in, as Eddie Farnes looking to move up into that 7th position, as he's now battling to the inside of the 28 ride of Daniel Eichstedt here, as they're trying to reel in our top 6 and trying to work themselves into this A main feature event. But the laps continue to get clicked down, as out in front the race on Texas 727 ride of Zachary J. Clark continues to lead the way. Clark out in front, Ty Dickinson right there in position number 2. Jacob Stefanski trying to hold on to 3rd. Here's Jason Gunnels going from the inside now to the outside, trying to find a different groove to get up and around this 32 ride, as he'd love to move himself up into that 3rd position. The 32 of Jacob Stefanski, though, showing a lot of speed here, as he's been able to hold on to that 3rd spot and hold off Jason Gunnell, Steven Stefanski, and David Blackburn right here, as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here in our D main consolation race, as David Blackburn in that 6th and final transfer spot has a bit of a gap now between himself and Eddie Farnes, is down through quarter number 3 and out at quarter number 4. It's Zachary J. Clark picking up the D main win. Ty Dickinson, Jason Gunnels, Jacob Stefanski, Steven Stefanski, and David Blackburn will all punch their tickets into the A main feature event. Everybody else on the outside of the top 6 will unfortunately be joining the fans in the stands, and they will be headed home early here this evening, as they'll be loading up their race cars and watching from down pit side, as we'll stack them up, rack them up. We'll get ready to rock and roll here for our C-Main consolation race. Our C-Main about to get underway in another star-studded lineup here for this C-Main, is starting on the pole in the Pop of My Promotions Speed Ranch Black Diamond Mafia number 96. That is Skylar Pruitt starting on the front row. To his outside in the 00 ride, that is Ethan Bowers in the TNT Racing Cocky Floyd Consulting Machine. Down on the inside, a row number 2 in the 33 ride. Starting there in the 3rd position, it's the Throttle Down Motorsports ride of Dylan Simmons. To his outside in the Adrenaline Racing ride, that's the 4 machine of Seth Castle. Starting in position number 5 in the TWR iRacing iFlag 720, that is Jackie Whaley. Into his outside in the 43 is the Sipes Landscaping Studio A Hair Salon number 43, that is Grady Ehrman. And then we see the 83 of Brian Taft starting there in position number 7. He has the 37 ride of James Stockton there to his outside. Billy Northcutt in the Dirt Panda Joyride right there in position number 9. Into his outside in the 15 ride is the Sweet Tea Gang, PeaceMaker Gaming, Black Diamond Mafia, Papa Mike Promotions, and number 15 of Matt Taylor. And then bringing up the final row here in C main consolation race, it's James Beavers in the 37 in the TNT Racing, number 11 ride, the Tri-City Speed Machine of Shane Yates, back there in position number 12. 6 more drivers going to punch their ticket into the A main feature event. 6 more drivers are going to be loading up their rides and headed home early here this evening as we are back to Green Flag Racing quickly. Skylar Pruitt onto the lap pedal, looking to run away here with this one as Pruitt out in front, down into quarter number 1. Ethan Bowers, Dylan Simmons right there door to door at a quarter number 2 as Dylan Simmons looking for a big run down on the bottom side of the racetrack. As here comes Seth Castle as well in the Adrenaline Racing number 4 ride. Grady Ehrman, Jackie Whaley rounding out our top 6 as 6 drivers will transfer through. Unfortunately, 6 drivers will be headed home early. As out in front, Skylar Pruitt trying to hold off the 33 ride here at Dylan Simmons. Simmons finding something down low here. That bottom side really starting to come in strong as that 33 machine sticking right there door to door with the 96 ride. He's going to jump up and take that lead away from Skylar Pruitt. So move the 33 ride of Dylan Simmons out in front as Pruitt up there on the high side, trying to hold down the 4 gear, trying to figure out a way to get back up and around the 33, but they know right now the top 6 will work themselves into the show. But if you're outside of the top 4, you're going to be doing some heavy breathing as you're going to be trying to work yourself up towards the front as you want to have some breathing room between yourself and that final transfer spot. As Grady Ehrman all over the back bumper here of Ethan Bowers, Jackie Whaley right there to the inside as the 720 ride trying to jump up as they're 3 wide here in the front of the field. 3 wide is out of nowhere. Seth Castle making the move up into the top spot. Seth Castle now to the point here at Volusia in this C main, and they're 3-4 wide off quarter number 2 right there behind them. Skylar Pruitt trying to hold on here as the Speed Ranch Papa Mike Promotions number 96 ride looking for a big run, trying to get back to the outside of that 33 ride as he's now back into position number 3 is Grady Ehrman. Taking a look down to his inside. Ehrman trying to jump up into position number 3. Ethan Bowers right there in position number 5. And Jackie Whaley still holding on to position number 6, but slowly but surely you see James Stockton, Brian Taft, and Billy Northcutt trying to hunt him down. There's only 6 drivers will transfer through and 6 drivers will go home here in this consi as our second consolation race of the evening is in full swing here as Seth Castle leads the way. Dylan Simmons trying to find a way down and underneath of him as Skylar Pruitt still trying to hold on here to position number 3 on the racetrack as he slid back a couple spots already as a few very fast race cars right there on his back bumper is Grady Ehrman and Ethan Bowers right there ready to pounce, trying to figure out a way to get up and around the 96 ride. And here you go, they're going to split them as they're going to go 3 wide here down across the start-finish line. The 96 bouncing around, leading on the 43. It's going to open up the door. Here comes Jackie Whaley. Whaley down low looking to work himself up inside the top 4 here as he would like to put himself from the 6th position into some breathing room here as the 720 ride now to the inside here of Skylar Pruitt and Grady Ehrman. Ehrman using that high side momentum to his advantage here. Going to jump up into position number 4 is now Pruitt going to go door to door here with Jackie Whaley for that 5th and 6th position on the racetrack. Brian Taft right there on the outside looking in as Brian Taft knows he needs to jump up and gain 1 more spot to work himself into the show. James Stockton and Billy Northcutt right there on the outside looking in as the Joyride getting very loose there in quarter number 2, having to get out of the throttle there. Cruise it down the back straightaway. Unfortunately, that may bring an end to the evening here for the Joyride of Billy Northcutt as Matt Taylor and Shane Yates, Brad Beaver still trying to work themselves up inside of the picture here for this consolation race transfer position as we're going to go door to door down into corner number 3 here. Dylan Simmons looking to jump up to take this lead back away from Seth Castle. Castle with a good run though, up on the high side, going to stay just barely out in front here of the 33 ride. And here comes Ethan Bowers as well as Bowers right down low looking to try to make this 3 wide at the front of the field. 3 wide down into corner number 3. Some contact there between Dylan Simmons and the 4 riders. Things are going to get tight here. Dylan Dylan Simmons getting onto the binders there, knowing that he was inside of a transfer spot and they were racing a little bit too tough for him to sit there and want to get pinched in the middle and possibly take himself for one of those drivers out and around. Is Seth Castle, Ethan Bowers, 1 and 2 here in our C main consolation race down at a quarter number 4. We're going to see that white flag fly. So one more time around for Seth Castle, Ethan Bowers, Grady Ehrman, Dylan Simmons, Skylar Pruitt, and Jackie Whaley. Is Whaley in that 6th and final transfer spot. Has the 83 of Brian Taft right there behind him. James Stockton, Shane Yates, Matt Taylor, James Beavers, all on the outside looking in as the checker flag is going to fly, and it's Ethan Bowers picking up the C main consolation race win. What a run, what a drive right there at a corner number 4 for that number 00 ride, as he was able to jump up and take that lead away from the 4 ride of Seth Castle to pick up C main consolation race win. As we will take a look here quickly at the final standings there of that consolation race, as Ethan Bowers picking up the win. Seth Castle there in second. Grady Ehrman, Skylar Pruitt, Dylan Simmons, and Jackie Whaley gonna punch their tickets into the A main feature event. Unfortunately, Brian Taft, James Stockton, Shane Yates, Matt Taylor, James Beavers, and Billy Northcutt on the outside looking in there, as they're going to be loading up their rides and they're going to be parking them on the trailer, as they'll be joining the fans in the stands here for the rest of the afternoon, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our B main consolation race. And starting on the pole in the 42 NT, it's the Witch Doctor Nathan Trepo. Starting here in the top spot, to his outside in the Health and Gaming number 13, that is Cody McCoy. Down in position number 3 in the Mud Duck Racing Just Blaze Designs, Majula Safe Speed Shop number 13, that is Caleb Ramsey into his outside. In the Adrenaline Racing Cocky Floyd Consulting 7J ride, that is the Dark Side Racing ride of Johnny Nolan. Starting in position number 5 in the Throttle Down Motorsports WB Creative Designs Precision Auto Bodies DCSSS number 34, that is Dustin Benton to his outside. In the TNT Racing number 88 ride, that is Cody Ernest. And down on the inside, a row number 7, that is the 9 machine, the Majula Safe Speed Shop machine of Carl Kilgore and his outside. In the number 327 is the Dark Side Racing Cocky Floyd Consulting number 327 of Joe DeVries, and then we see Chris Hill in the Cocky Floyd Consulting Speed Ranch number 5H ride with the Black Diamond Mafia number 46 of Wayne Pierce to his outside. Brett Beavers in the 21 ride there in 11th with the 57, the iRacing iFlag JRE machine, the DWR ride of Jim Revis there in position number 12, and Matt Fletchell in the Speed Ranch Papa Mike Promotions Black Diamond Mafia number 26, bringing up the rear of the field as 6 more drivers are going to punch their ticket into the A main feature event. And unfortunately, 7 drivers are going to be going home early here in this one. As out in front, Nathan Trepo going to lead us down the back straightaway, down into corner number 3. Trepo out in front as it's a dogfight back there behind him. Hang on to it. The 13 rider, Cody McCoy, getting bounced around as all these drivers trying to give everything they can to work themselves into the show. As Nathan Trepo, here you go, out in front, leading the field here in this B-main consolation race. Right there behind him, quickly, is that 13 ride of Caleb Ramsey. Is Ramsey there in second, but he almost spins out. Down through 3 and 4, it's going to open up the door here. 3, almost 4 wide, down into corner number 1. Is they're going to go 4 wide here through the first set of corners. Is the 13 ride of Caleb Ramsey trying to hold on to the 13 ride, going to allow the 13 of Cody McCoy to jump back up into position number 2. As it's an absolute dogfight back here, and here comes Carl Kilgore. Slowly but surely, Carl Kilgore up into position number 3 here as he's trying to roll that inside lane as he gets down to the inside of the 13 rider, Cody McCoy. Is McCoy trying to hold on to position number 2, the 9 machine of Carl Kilgore trying to jump up into that second spot. Is out in front and loving what's going on behind him here. It is the 42 NT and Nathan Trepo. Is Trepo with a good lead here, already a commanding 0.8 of a second, and continuing to stretch it here is the 42 NT out in front and letting everyone else back there duke it out behind him. as right now Carl Kilgore up into position number 2 as Cody McCoy there in position number 3. The Mud Duck Racing number 13 of Caleb Ramsey there in 4th with Dustin Benton and Johnny Nolan rounding out our top 6 as 6 drivers will punch their ticket into the show. Unfortunately, everyone on the outside looking in will be going home as some heavy contact right here as Cody McCoy and Dustin Benton leading on each other here. That's going to open up the door for Johnny Nolan to roll to there. Outside is the 13 rider. Cody McCoy squeezed right here into the middle as he's trying to hang on to that 13 ride. Unfortunately, headed the wrong direction here as the 13 there into position number 6. He's now on the hot seat as he continues to lean on the 7 ride. Sometimes 8 wheels turn better than 4. As the 13 of Cody McCoy trying to stay inside of a transfer spot. Here comes Cody Ernest, Joe DeVries, Jim Revis, Matt Fletchel, Chris Hill, Brett Beavers, and Wayne Pierce bringing up the rear of the field. As the heat is on for this 6th and final transfer spot as here comes Cody Ernest down to the inside. He's going to make the move down and around the 7 right of Johnny Nolan to work himself into that 6th and final transfer spot. Johnny Nolan going to try to battle back strong here as out in front we got a pass for the lead. The 9 rider Carl Kilgore going to jump up and take the top spot away from Nathan Trepo. Trepo sliding backwards here ever so slightly as the 9 ride of Carl Kilgore going to jump up into position number 1 here at Volusia Speedway Park. Nathan Trepo trying to hang on to second here as Caleb Ramsey in tow. Here comes the big D machine of Dustin Benton there in position number 4. And back there behind him, it is still a dogfight. Johnny Nolan into position number 5, the 88 of Cody Ernest there in 6, Jim Revis in 7, Matt Fletchel, Cody McCoy, Joe DeVries. All right there, you can throw a blanket over him as DeVries and Jim Revis trying to work that extreme high side. You see Cody Ernest and Matt Fletchel working the inside lane here as Matt Fletchel going to get squeezed up the racetrack here. Going to make some contact up into the outside wall goes Joe DeVries and upside down goes the 327 here in quarter number 1 as the caution flag is going to fly. The caution flag going to come out here in this one, and unfortunately for Joe DeVries, turtle there in corner number 1, as we will take a look here again at what happened and how it all came undone. It's unfortunately right here, Matt Fletchel down low, the 13 ride, trying to pinch him down low. Just looks like the 13 sideways gets a little piece of the 26, and then Matt Fletchel just loses the rear end ever so slightly. They're both battling for the same spot on the racetrack. Unfortunately, they make some contact. Fletchel gets sent up the racetrack into the side of the 327 of Joe DeVries, and then as he comes down the racetrack, collects the 13 right at Cody McCoy, which sends McCoy straight up the racetrack over the nose of that 327 of Joe DeVries, and DeVries, some heavy contact there with the outside wall. Nowhere to go for the 46 right, as well as Wayne Pierce gets a big piece of that one as a bunch of tore up race cars right there, as we will take another look back here at what happened as we'll jump right on board here with the 327 ride at Joe DeVries. Joe just trying to mind his business here on the outside, trying to work himself into a transfer spot. Unfortunately gets pinched up into the outside wall and then thought he had it corrected and looking good, and then gets hit for the second time there down the front straightaway. And unfortunately, that is a sight you never want to see as a dirt street stock driver, and that is upside down. As we will stack them up, rack them up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Ernest says Tim Taylor. Landon Imhoff says 9 car is flying. The 9 car of Carl Kilgore is absolutely flying out there on the racetrack. That was the last thing I think him, Nathan Trepo, Caleb Ramsey, and Dustin Benton wanted to see was that caution flag, but we're going to stack them up single file here as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Tim Taylor says most intense racing I've seen this season. Unreal. Unreal is true. Unreal is absolutely the minimum of it. Is this racing has been absolutely insane here in this one. We're gonna go back to green flag racing this time through corner number 4. As the green flag back out into the air here for the 9 rider Carl Kilgore. Kilgore out in front. Nathan Trepo trying to hold on to position number 2 as Caleb Ramsey, Dustin Benton there in 3rd and 4th with Cody Ernest there in position number 5. Johnny Nolan there in position number 6. Jim Revis, Chris Hill, Brett Beavers, Wayne Pierce on the outside looking in here as Jim Revis trying to work himself up into the show. He needs one more spot to work himself here into the A main feature event. You see Wayne Pierce sending it back there deeper in the field. Matt Fletchel trying to rebound here quickly as possible, trying to get that 26 ride back up towards a transfer spot, as he knows that his hopes of coming home with a transfer spot are going out the window here as the white flag has been displayed. One more time around here for Carl Kilgore. Kilgore out in front down the back straightaway for the final time here in our B main consolation race. Carl Kilgore nice and easy through quarter number 3 and down to quarter number 4. It's all Carl Kilgore as Kilgore picks up the B main win here in this one. Nathan Trepo, Dustin Benton, Caleb Ramsey, Cody Ernest, and Johnny Nolan are the top 6 drivers to punch their ticket into the A main feature event. That means everybody else will unfortunately be loading up their rides onto the trailer and joining the fans in the stands here for this A main feature event. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they're going to jump out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session. And that means we're going to get ready here for a quick break and a quick look at all of our amazing sponsors here. Blade Node coming on board, Martin Sports coming in as well, iRacing, iFlag, and all of these amazing sponsors coming together, making this happen, and being able to produce such an amazing race. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere as our A main feature event is about to get underway here in just a few more moments. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to be right back here after these messages.
The vibration in this car is the worst vibration that I've ever had, and the shifter's broken again.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you came here for a show, well, here you go, as our A main feature event is about to get underway. As these drivers get loaded into the sim, we're going to get ready to figure out who's going to get the win here in this one. Already, we've seen two different winners. Here in the Wednesday night street fights, will we see a third different winner here this evening as we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our A main feature event from Volusia Speedway Park. Ladies and gentlemen, here you go. Starting on the pole position in the iRacing I-Flag DWR JRE number 71 ride, that is Dan Stifler to his outside. In the 77 ride, that is Chris Beavers. Starting in position number 3 in the 57 ride, that is Jeremy Akins in the DWR ride. Into his outside in the DWR JRE iRacing I-Flag number 10, that is Lon Franks. Starting in position number 5 in the 822, it's the KC Speedworks Volusia Speed Shop. It's the Shark, it's T-Jack Tyler Jackson. They're in the 6th position. In the 5th position, in the 6th position is the TNT Racing Memphis Grizzlies number 99 ride. That is Tim, the Toolman Taylor. Starting in position number 7 in the Malum Electric Vivs Laker Joyride Designs number 71H, that is William Hargraves into his outside. In the Spartan Transportation iRacing I-Flag number 97, that is Rocky Battenfield. Starting in position number 9 in the Race on Texas 727, that is Zachary J. Clark into his outside. In the 00, that is the TNT Racing ride of Ethan Bowers, rounding out our top 10. Carl Kilgore, Ty Dickinson, Nathan Trepo, Jason Gunnels, Dustin Benton, Jacob Stefanski, Caleb Ramsey, Skylar Pruitt, Dylan Simmons, Steven Stefanski, David Blackburn, Cody Ernest, Jackie Whaley, Grady Ehrman, and Seth Castle bringing up the rear of the field as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are going to go green flag racing here from Volusia Speedway Park as we are quickly duking it out here with the Wednesday night street farts race number 3. Sorry, a little brain fart right there, Chad, is out in front. The 71 ride of Dan Stifler leading the way down into quarter number 3, nice and easy out of quarter number 4 as they are 3, almost 4 wide back there behind them. Dan Stifler going to lead lap number 1 as Chris Beavers right there in position number 2. Dan Stifler and Jeremy Akins down to his inside though, and here comes T-Jack Tyler Jackson looking to try to make it 4 wide here for that 2nd spot on the racetrack as they continue to battle 3, 4, 5 wide around the track here. Hang on to it, the 727 ride of Zach Clark almost going for a loop-de-loop there as he has the 9 ride of Carl Kilgore all over his back bumper. These drivers continue to put on a great show here for us throughout the field. We're going to see a lot of drivers moving to the front, a lot of drivers moving to the back here as everyone trying to figure out what they have here this evening early on in our A main feature event. Nathan Trepo, Skylar Pruitt right there as we see a little bit of contact right here, and unfortunately we're going to see our first caution flag fly. I'm not sure what the caution flag actually was for here. I don't know who went around. It looks like David Blackburn having some issues here in the 16 ride, then parked there on the racetrack. So it looks like maybe some contact here with him and Grady Ehrman deeper in the field, or I'm not sure who may have gotten a piece of him here. Yeah, it looks like Ehrman sends it in there down low. Unfortunately, gets in there, gets a piece of the 16 ride. They get tied together, and around goes that 16 machine of David Blackburn. And unfortunately, Blackburn going to stay right there on the bottom side of quarter number 2, waiting for that caution flag, and he's going to get it as you see the lead pack rolling up to him here in a quick hurry. And luckily enough, everyone able to dodge that 16 ride and avoid any more calamities there as he was rolling back out onto the racetrack as we will stack him up, rack him up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Out in front, Dan Stifler continuing to lead the way. Chris Beavers right there in position number 2. Lon Franks, Tyler Jackson, and William Hargraves rounding out our top 5 as Matt Fletcher says, let's go. Black Diamond Mafia boys. Mama Bear says, let's go. Grady Ehrman cheering on the 43 machine and everybody else out there on the racetrack. Craig Michael Deegan says, best in the business. Aaron, killing it again as always. Appreciate your time and effort. I appreciate you, my boy. Mr. Craig Michael Deegan coming in and showing the love here in this one. Hell yeah, free ketchup packs for you, sir. Oh my, free ketchup packs for Ty Dickinson up there in the concession stand here. So he's looking to get himself a little treat here this evening, and we may be in for a little bit more of a treat here in this one. Bird Nerd says Treebo, cheering on Nathan Treebo out there on the racetrack. Cheese and Bean says Hargraves is quick and got control. Hargraves is pretty quick. 42's hungry. The 42 is hungry, Warhog. 42 is definitely hungry. He wants it, dare I say. He wants it for start. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what to do. If you haven't already, hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow button, hit that gosh heck and subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube. Become part of the PeaceMaker family here today as we are back to Green Flag Racing. Quickly, Dan Stifler onto the loud pedal, looking to run away with this one. Stifler out in front. Lon Franks, his teammate in the iRacing iFlag DWR ride, right up into position number 2 as Chris Beaver's trying to hold on here to that second spot, trying to battle back to the outside of the 10 ride as T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, and William Hargraves right there looking to go 3 wide back there for position number 3. Tim the Two-Man Taylor there in position number 6, having himself a great run as they're 4 wide down the back straightaway. Here comes Carl Kilgore down low. Kilgore working himself up to the front of the field after the B-main win. He's not done yet as he's trying to work himself up inside the top 5 as they're 3 wide up at the front here for position number 2. The 7 ride of Chris Beaver is going to slide back a couple spots here as William Hargraves, a man on a mission, working himself up to the front of the field as Hargraves right there in position number 2. And look at these drivers back there behind him. 2, 3, 4 wide throughout the field as all these drivers trying to work themselves up to the front of the pack. You see Rocky Battenfield right there in the middle of things. Zach Clark, Ethan Bowers right there as well, just rounding out our top 10 is Jeremy Aikens there in 11th, Jason Gunnell, Skylar Pruitt, Ty Dickinson, and Jacob Stefanski rounding out our top 15 with Dustin Batten, Caleb Ramsey, Steven Stefanski, Nathan Treebo, and Cody Ernest rounding out our top 20 is even back here deep in the field, battling for the 20th position on the racetrack. They're going 2, 3, 4 wide out there as each and every one of these drivers try to work themselves to the front of the field. Johnny Nolan right there in the mix. Cody Ernest, Grady Ehrman, Jackie Whaley right there as well in the 16 of David Blackberg. And unfortunately for the 4 wide of Seth Castle off the racetrack as the 4 machine down pit side is out in front. Lovin'. Seeing what's behind him here is that 71 ride of Dan Stifler as he continues to lead the way. Stifler out in front, but T-Jack, Tyler Jackson up into position number 2 now. As T-Jack's found himself a way into that second spot. Here comes Carl Kilgore down to the inside as he's found himself a way up inside the top 5, and he's not done yet as he's got that 9 ride absolutely hooked up down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. So Carl Kilgore up inside the top 3 now, up 8 positions on the racetrack. Currently the hard charger trying to hold off the 10 ride along Franks and Hargraves right there trying to figure out a way back up and around the 9 ride as Kilgore goes to battle, goes to work underneath his KC Speedworks, Majula Speed Shop teammate there in the 822 with Tyler Jackson as T-Jack and Kilgore there in 2nd and 3rd, but it's all Dan Stifler as Stifler out in front, continuing to lead the way. Some great racing action throughout this field. All these drivers putting on an absolutely amazing show here for us. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have been enjoying this content, make sure you jump up into the chat and cheer these drivers on. Hit the like button, hit the share button, drop a couple comments, hit that subscribe button over on our YouTube channel as man, oh man, oh man, what a race and what a show by each and every one of these drivers. Nathan Treebo trying to hang on here still to a top 20. It's Grady Ehrman and Johnny Nolan right there to his outside. Treebo in that 42 NT right there in that 20th position now as both Ehrman and Nolan getting around that 42 ride. Out in front, Dan Stifler continuing to hold down the fort here, but here comes T-Jack. Tyler Jackson, the Shark, is on the move here. He's looking to take a bite out of that back bumper of the 71 of Dan Stifler as they're going to battle door to door down into quarter number 1, or quarter number 3 here as Dan Stifler wound up here on the high side. T-Jack right down low on the very bottom side. His the door down across the start-finish line. Dan Stifler by inches staying out in front and continuing to lead the way here in this one. William Hargraves right there, as well as Hargraves in position number 4 and looking for more. And Dan Stifler there in position number 5, and then having a great run in the TNT Racing number 99 ride. That is Tim Taylor there in position number 6, holding down the 4th there as he's got a TNT Racing teammate right there behind him, the 00 rider Ethan Bowers. Up into 7th, Rocky Battenfield, Zachary J. Clark, Chris Beavers rounding out our top 10. As here comes Jason Gunnels, Skylar Pruitt, and Dustin Benton trying to work themselves up into the top 10 here in this one. As Dan Stifler continuing to stay out in front, as it's a dogfight down here for these drivers, as out in front T-Jack and Dan Stifler continue to battle door to door, and Hargraves and the 9 rider Kilgore right there as T-Jack washes up the racetrack. They're going to go 4 wide for the top spot. 4 wide at a corner number 4 somehow. They're still pointed in the right direction. William Hargraves, Tyler Jackson, Dan Stifler, Carl Kilgore putting on a show here at the front of the field as they're still 4 wide and fancy here at the front of the field. Stifler wound up there on the extreme high side. T-Jack gonna slide in right there behind him, and here comes the 10 rider Lon Franks. He's gonna poke his nose right into this battle, as well as down low it's the 9 rider Carl Kilgore trying to get an edge up towards the front of the field here as he continues to use that inside lane. T-Jack up to the high side. Here's Hargraves and the 10 ride right down through the middle. Who's getting a good seat at this one is that 99 ride, as Tim Taylor getting a good look here at these drivers duking it out there in front of them, as we'll get a good look here from Tim Taylor's perspective of this number 99 ride as he gets to see these drivers continue to duke it out here 3-4 wide right there in front of them. And you don't think you'd see 4 wide racing in front of our 6th place driver, but these drivers are putting on an absolute clinic here for us this evening, putting on an absolute amazing race. Only 1 caution flag so far in this A main feature event, and these guys continue to keep on rocking and rolling. And as I say it, I speak the words into existence. The caution flag going to come back out here for the 2nd time this evening. The 2nd time the caution flag will fly here in this one. And we will take a look and see what happened and what brought out our 2nd caution flag here, as it looks like Jeremy Aiken, Steven Stefanski having some issues here a little bit deeper in the field here. Jeremy Aiken's hard up into the 96 rider Skylar Pruitt there, and just kind of bouncing all out of shape here. I'm not sure what all was going on there with that 57 ride. Looks like him and Skylar Pruitt just kind of getting tied together here off of corner number 2, and unfortunately just kind of get tied together, and as they get in there and get attached to each other, the 57 ride just kind of parks up into him here. I'm not sure if there was contact before that. It looks like the 57 ride. 97 kind of losing it there a little bit, comes down the racetrack, unfortunately slams into the 57, possibly a broken right front or something there for Jeremy Aikens, as he's going to spun around. Ty Dickinson nowhere to go. Johnny Nolan going to get a piece of that one, as well as the 57 gets pointed back in the right direction, but that will bring out the caution flag here for the 2nd time this evening. So that means we will stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. As man, what a run, what a show by all these drivers, putting on an absolutely amazing race. Tyson Fankow says it's over, bottom is there. So far, it's looking very, very strong. The bottom side is very, very fast, but man, these other guys are making the middle, they're making the high side. Every one of these drivers is making every single lane work very, very good. Amazing racing up front, guys. Absolutely some great, amazing racing here at the front of the field. Craig Michael Deacon says, Carl, you got this, let's go. Jesse Calloway, Stephen Kovada, Chris Peters, Evan Stefanski, Tyson Pankow, Lonnie Gear, William Hargraves, all coming in with the likes on the stream as we get them stacked up, racked up. We're going back to green flag racing here at Volusia Speedway Park. I don't know what happened to the 71. It looked like he missed the shift. Dan Stifler making a mistake here at the front of the field, and that's going to open up the door for Carl Kilgore to take the lead down the back straightaway into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, and a little bit of door back there behind him, but it's Carl Kilgore who's going to jump up and take this lead away. Carl Kilgore right there ready to pounce. It looked like the 71 of Dan Stifler missing a shift down on the bottom side going into corner number 1, and that created chaos. Back there behind him is there 2, 3, 4 wide here once again throughout the field as every one of these drivers trying to work themselves up towards the front of the field as Kilgore, Dan Stifler, William Hargraves, Tyler Jackson, and Lon Franks continue to round out our top 5 here in this one. Ethan Bowers and Tim Taylor door to door here for that 6th and 7th position with Rocky Battenfield. Zach Clark and Chris Beavers rounding out our top 10 as the caution flag is going to fly here for the 3rd time this evening. As our 3rd caution flag going to come out, we will take a look back and see what happened here. Woo! Man, these guys are putting in an absolutely amazing race here for us, Chad. I hope you guys understand that this is some of the best racing action you will ever see on the simulators. Unfortunately, looks like, some hard contact there for Ty Dickinson as he gets up into the outside wall. Nowhere to go for Cody Ernest, nowhere to go for Nathan Trepo. The 13 ride of Caleb Ramsey getting tied up in that one as well. Ramsey hard up into the outside wall there. Nathan Trepo with a lot of damage. Same with Ty Dickinson, and that is going to bring out our 3rd caution flag is the big one down here in corner number 3 as, man, that was a couple heavy hits right here. And unfortunately for Ty Dickinson, not sure what happens here. Looks like he just washes up the racetrack. Unfortunately, washes over the nose there of Dustin Benton. Benton trying to hold his ground there as unfortunately the 67 just parks it right there on his front hood scoop. And unfortunately, around goes that 67 right up off of the 88, getting some crazy air, probably about 8 feet up in the sky. There is Nathan Trepo going to get up into the 13 right of Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey up into the outside fence there. Some heavy contact there for him, and a bunch of cars just absolutely tore up right there as we will stack them up, rack them up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here as the lights turn back off the official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go back to battle here in this one. Woo! Matt Fletchell says popcorn, 50 cents, 50-cent popcorn. Oh my gosh, that is a deal. I would take some popcorn right now. Benjamin Gonzalez says good racing, some great racing right here. These guys put on an absolute show for us. Carl handing everyone a see ya card, a see ya later possibly, as out in front, Carl Kilgore gonna see that green flag fly as the pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn, back down pit side as they're already trying to go 3 wide. Right there behind him, T-Jack wasting no time, trying to make quick work here on this restart, trying to get himself right there to the back bumper of that 9 ride, trying to work himself into position number 2 here as Hargraves down on the bottom side trying to hang on to position number 3. He's going to get some contact. He almost goes around 3, 4, 5, 6 wide here down the front straightaway. I don't know how they're all still pointing in the right direction. How are these drivers still making it through? Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. The one driver to go around, Skylar Pruitt, unfortunately going to get spun right there. I don't know how they made it that long. Unfortunately, Skylar Pruitt, Johnny Nolan going to both go around there, and I do believe the caution flag is going to come back out here in this one, and I don't know how we didn't see a 20-car pileup right there, as that was absolutely insane. Look at this as they come down across the start-finish line, 5 wide down this front straightaway, and then 5 wide here again. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You came here for a show. Well, there you go. You want a picture right there to hang on to the wall. That's it right there with all these drivers. Unfortunately, Skylar Pruitt down low, beating and bang with the 99 ride of Tim Taylor. And unfortunately, it looks like the 727 ride going to get in there a little bit underneath of him, make that contact. And unfortunately, around goes Skylar Pruitt. Wowzers. That has been some crazy racing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. This is some of the best racing you will ever see here on the simulator. I don't know how these guys didn't crash down in 3 and 4 as we'll get another look at it right there. Yeah, there's the little bit of contact right there helping the 96 run. As Skylar Pruitt going around there. We'll take this back just ever so slightly here again as William Hargraves up in position number 2, trying to hang on to this ride. Gets a little bit loose, kind of gets half spun around here. As that happens, things just get absolutely wild back there behind him. Right there, little bit of contact. He's sliding up into Tyler Jackson, gets bounced around into Lon Franks, and then from this point on, it's on like Donkey Kong. And look at these drivers, figuring out where they can fill a hole, figuring out where they can get a run. Chris Beavers right up against the outside wall. Nowhere to go there for Rocky Battenfield. Everyone just pushing and beating and banging and battling here throughout this one. That is absolutely wild. And for only one car to get spun around right there is absolutely insane. As we stack them up, rack them up, we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Carl Kilgore out in front here with Dan Stifler to his outside. T-Jack, Tyler Jackson there in second with Ethan Bowers and Tim Taylor rounding out our top 5 as we see the green flag fly here once again. The 9 ride of Carl Kilgore. Going to get a great launch right there, looking to try to run away with this one, trying to put this one into the win column as the 9 machine out in front looking to pick up yet again another checkered flag in his historic iRacing career. T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, his teammate in the KC Speedworks, number 822 ride right there behind him. In position number 2 is Dan Stifler there in position number 3 as Ethan Bowers and Lon Franks right down to his inside as pair of those DWR iRacing I-flags still hanging out up inside the top 5. Then you see that 97 rider, Rocky Battenfield, right there in position number 6. Tim Taylor there in 7th. William Hargraves back to position number 8. And here comes Jacob Stefanski up into 9th, trying to work himself around the 77 rider. Chris Beavers, Dustin Benton right there as well. The bottom side of the racetrack as our week 1 winner trying to work himself up towards the front of the field there in that 34 ride. And then you see Zachary J. Clark right there as well. Cody Ernest, Brady Ehrman right there, our second winner of the season there in position number 14 is Grady Ehrman looking to try to work himself back up inside the top 10. Jason Gunnels, Jackie Whaley, David Blackburn, Ty Dickinson, Skylar Pruitt, and Jeremy Aikens rounding out our top 20. Caleb Ramsey, Dylan Simmons, Johnny Nolan, Nathan Driepo, Steven Stefanski, and Seth Castle bringing up the rear of the field. As out in front, it's all Carl Kilgore. As Kilgore continuing to lead the way, this time down into quarter number 3 and out at quarter number 4. We're going to see 7 more laps left to go as Kilgore starting to close the door here on the rest of the field as he's looking to try to stretch out this lead and run away with it. Is his teammate right there in position number 2. It's T-Jack, Tyler Jackson there in that second spot, and then the battle's on for that third and final podium position is Ethan Bowers and Lon Franks right there battling for that third spot on the racetrack. Rocky Battenfield up inside the top 5 as we are going to see, I believe, our 5th caution flag here of the evening. Our 4th or 5th caution flag here is unfortunately looks like Chris Beavers in the 77 ride having some issues here. We'll take a look and see what happens to that 77 ride. The red and black ride down on the bottom side here of corner number 2. Looks like he's got David Blackburn and Jackie Whaley right there with him. Heads down into the corner and just looks like it's checked up a little bit. Blackburn's going to get a piece of him, and unfortunately around goes that 77 ride, pointed in the wrong direction there on the bottom side of 3 and 4, and we are going to see the caution flag come back out. The last thing Carl Kilgore wanted to see. Is that Kevin Stefanski's brother? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it's a different Stefanski out there. I think it's a different Stefanski. They could be related. I'm not sure. They're from like Niagara region. Benjamin Gonzalez, Aaron Benschneider, Anthony Karff, Jesse Calloway, all coming in showing the love with the reactions on the stream as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up on the stream, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, or subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube and you haven't done those yet, as we right now have 7 viewers over on YouTube. We only have 4 likes on the stream, so if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, drop a couple comments, cheer these drivers on. Right now over on Twitch, we got lots of people in there watching over on the Twitch channel cheering on all these drivers, and over on Facebook sitting at 4,200 people watching right now on the beautiful Facebook channel. If you guys want to help us out here more on PeaceMaker Gaming, hit that subscribe button, become part of the PeaceMaker sub club, or hop over to YouTube and become part of our members club over there on the YouTube channel. As currently right now we have 29 people in here watching on Facebook that are followers. We have 14 people in here that are watching that are non-followers here on PeaceMaker Gaming. 14 people haven't hit that follow button here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're one of those 14 people that haven't hit that follow button, make sure you become part of the PeaceMaker family, become a part of the PeaceMaker crew here today. Hit that follow button, hit that share button, hit that like button. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Carl Kilgore out in front, looking for the green flag as the pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn back down pit side. We are back to green flag racing. Carl, Kilgore, Tyler, Jackson, Lon Franks bring up our top three. Ethan Bowers there in position number 4 and looking for more with Rocky Battenfield there in position number 5. Tim Taylor and Dan Stifler duking it out back there in the 6th and 7th position as here comes the 32 of Jacob Stefanski. Trying to work himself up inside the top 5 is the 32 right there in position number 8. William Hargraves, Dustin Benton bringing up our top 10 is down the backstretch into corner number 3. The 9 right of Carl Kilgore looking to stretch out his lead here. More and more is out at corner number 4. 3 more laps left to go here for Carl Kilgore to pick up the checkered flag in race number 3 of the Wednesday night street fights, presented by Blade Note in the Dirt Warrior Racing League, as Carl Kilgore out of corner number 4 is going to see the Twin Sticks. 2 more laps left to go here for Kilgore. Kilgore down through quarter number 1 and at a quarter number 2 trying to stretch out his lead here a little bit more as he's got 7 tenths between himself and the Shark. T-Jack Tyler Jackson back there in position number 2 with Lon Franks, Ethan Bowers, and Rocky Battenfield rounding up the top 5 as we see the white flag fly one more time around here for Carl Kilgore, as Kilgore out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done, as Kilgore leads us for the final time down the back straightaway into quarter number 3. Nice and easy at a quarter number 4. It's all Carl Kilgore here in this one. Carl Kilgore picking up the checkered flag here at Volusia Speedway Park, winning the 3rd race of the Wednesday night street fights. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Mr. Kilgore as he gets it done and he picks up the win here this evening. Tyler Jackson, Lon Franks right there in 2nd and 3rd as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up into the Discord for some post-race interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't go anywhere, but make sure you jump up into the comment section, drop a checkered flag here for these drivers. What a race, what a run, what a show right there that these guys just put on for us, man. That was absolutely insane. Popcorn, 25 cents. Hot dogs, $1. Cheeseburgers, $2. Double cheeseburgers, $4. And nachos, $1.50. Oh, my gosh. I don't know what racetrack that would be, but I would love to be there right now. Carl will be signing SIA cards. Get in line. Yeah, get in line right there. Man, what a run, what a drive right there for Carl Kilgore as he picks up the win in this one. Congrats, top 3. That was rough. That was rough. I don't know about rough, but that was a lot of fun. I mean, there was a lot of beating and banging, a lot of guys leaning on each other, but man, it looked like everyone was having a blast out there on the racetrack. Hated to miss it tonight. I'm in Dallas for work. Oh, Dylan, my boy, Mr. Murray. That's a tough break, brother. Way to go, Kilgore, says Momo Bear. Miss Susie Dickinson coming in, showing the love here, cheering on that number 9 ride as Kilgore gets the win here. And looks like Jackie Whaley up 12 positions on the racetrack. Oh, nope, Cody Ernest picking up a top 10 in position number 10 here. Up 13 spots on the racetrack. Going to pick up that Hard Charger Award. So Cody Ernest going from 23rd to 10th here this evening for a solid top 10 run there. Picking up 13 spots. We saw Jackie Whaley up 12 spots back there in the 13th position. Jacob Stefanski picking up 11 positions to come home in the 7th spot. And our B-main winner, Carl Kilgore, picking up 10 spots here. Pick up the win here this evening. Getting 10 positions on the racetrack. Work himself into the show is absolutely insane. Carl Kilgore, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to pull Carl in here. Bent over and got it raw. Why do I run these? Because you have fun. That's all that matters, because you have fun. Somebody driving an 80 an 80 Yoda. Your lights are on? Yeah, someone get me the license plate to that one. We'll call it out. We'll call it out there. Whoever's driving the 80 Yoda, license plate number 69696969, your lights are turned on. Make sure you go out there and, Turn your lights off. As we'll get ready to pull Carl Kilgore up into the broadcast booth here with his post-race interview. Let's see if we can get him in here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our race winner, Carl Kilgore, waiting patiently here. Give it up here for him one more time. Is our race winner, Carl Kilgore, going to get it done here in this one? Hey, Carl, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Loud and clear.
Carl, my boy, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one, as that was an absolutely wild race, a wild show, as right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag. There was not a lot of single file racing out there until the very end when you got out in front and were able to pull away there a little bit from Tyler Jackson, Lon Franks, Ethan Bowers. Other than that, it was constant 3, 4, even 5 wide racing out there on the racetrack, and somehow or another you're able to slide your way through there slowly but surely, using that bottom groove to your advantage and working yourself to the front of the field here and picking up the win here in this one, moving from the B main win to the A main win here in this one, man. Take us back through this race.
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be a little rocky when I got my peel draw. We peel draw dead last. We started 12th of the first heat, and with the only heat that had 12 cars was the first one. So I know we got the last peel of all the peels that were drawn. So we just kind of bought our time. We rode through it. I think we ended up finishing 7th or 8th or something like that in it. And we from there we started 7th in the B main. Got to the front in it pretty quick. Just rode like we did in the feature. We just kind of rode the bottom until we got where we was out front, and then we was able to find that slider line and pull away from them guys. And when we started on the bottom in the feature, we just kind of done the same thing. We kind of just rode the bottom, trying to keep the nose clean. Used it just a little bit a couple times when we got our nose down in front of them, and had to kind of squeeze in there. But other than that, the racing was pretty clean. I felt like the racetrack was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And right there on the we got to restart outside pole, and Stifler missed his shift on taking the green, and that kind of gave us the lead, and just kind of rode from there, keeping the car straight, making sure the tires stay under us.
Absolutely, as he missed a shift, it opened up the door there for you to quickly jump up and kick that top spot away, so you never look back after that. But I'm sure if these things had mirrors, you'd be watching it there a little bit, as you had a lot of very, very talented drivers back there behind you. We're talking a lot of, league champions, a lot of big race winners, and a lot of very stout competition right there trying to hunt you down late in this race, trying to work themselves either back to the front of the field or trying to work themselves to the front of the field here. What was going through your mind with a couple of those late race caution flags, knowing that you have some very, very fast, talented drivers back there behind you looking to try to knock you off the top spot?
Oh yeah, it was kind of hectic. I'm not gonna lie, when I get in the lead, I try to stay out of that mirror. I don't like to look in it because it tends to mess me up, and it puts a mentality in your head that they're right there, and we try to keep that out and just kind of run our race. But yeah, I felt like we didn't have that many cautions when I was working my way up there, and then I finally got to the lead, and then we had 2 or 3 right there, and I was like, oh my goodness, with one of these restarts we're gonna be like Stiffy and miss a shift and be having ourselves in a battle again. So it's always hectic when you're out front. You just try to stay, like I said, hit your mark, stay where you can, and don't overdrive the car. Really, man, the way these cars drive now, you got to keep them under you and keep them straight. Make sure you don't spin the tires. But like we was able to hold on to it.
Absolutely, as you pick up the checkered flag here at Volusia Speedway Park. Yet again, another great race and another great run here for you, Carl. Who would you like to thank for such a strong performance here in the Wednesday night street fights?
I got to shout out Volusia Speed Shop first. I know this is a fixed race, but when the open sets come, we shine, and we do our best to please our customers. And CFMesports.com is where you can get them. Kilgore Consulting, Big Owl Lubricants. Got to thank Jim and them guys that put this race on. They do a hell of a job, and a lot of guys in here know that it's invite only, and it means a lot when you can come in here and race, especially like I have. I've been gone for a while out of this league, and I come in and I get to race everybody clean, and it shows just how good these guys are. The competition level in here is no slouch either. I got to thank you for broadcasting. That's about it. And all the guys for racing me clean. Got to say that.
Absolutely, Carl. Well, you talk about clean racing there. I don't know how much clean racing there was out there, as there was a lot of beating and banging, full fender rubbing and scrubbing out there on the racetrack. But nonetheless, after the dust settled and the sparks were settled here in this one, you were able to park that number 9 right up here in the Volusia Speedway Park, Victory Lane. Congratulations again on getting it done and picking up the win here in this one, Carl. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack in the next one. Hopefully, right back here next Wednesday, and possibly right back up here in the broadcast booth looking for another checkered flag.
Thank you, sir. We'll see what we can do.
Beauty, enjoy the rest of your night, and don't party too hard down there in Victory Lane.
Always.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Carl Kilgore, as Kilgore picking up the win here in this one. You know what? We forgot to pull the driver details up there, so we're going to leave those right there for now. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button over there on YouTube. Make sure you drop us a follow over on the Twitch channel as well. As Bird Nerd says, great stream. Bean and Cheese says, great stream as well. As Bean Cheese coming in, showing the love. Witch Doctor says, great race, Aaron. Thanks, man. Absolutely. Nice job, Carl. That was a great run and a great race there all evening long. Warthog to Bogan says, great stream, Peacemaker. Love you, Doc. Carl, hot the speed. He got the speed all right. Carl definitely had the speed right there in that one. Man, what a run, what a race, what a show here by each and every one of these drivers, putting on an absolutely amazing race. Right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag, these guys put on one hell of a show, and it was Carl Kilgore from Indianola, Mississippi, picking up the checkered flag, parking his ride up here in Victory Lane, as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher. The 822 is T-Jack Tyler Jackson coming home here in position number 2. We're going to get ready to pull T-Jack up into the broadcast booth, as he's from Rockford, Illinois, coming in here with a second place run to park his ride up here on the podium, as we'll get T-Jack the Shark up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth to get a copy.
What's up, Aaron?
Not much. Tyler, man, what a run, what a race. That was absolutely some of the most intense racing I think we've ever seen here on the channel, as you guys were 3, 4, 5 wide here for pretty much the entire evening there, from the front of the field right down to the back. 2 drivers in the field, man. You guys never gave up. Every one of these drivers put on an absolute show here for us all evening long, as we saw some insane racing, a lot of beating and banging, a lot of rubbing and scrubbing, and full fendered racing here to its finest this evening, as you were able to slowly but surely work yourself up into that third position, and then you sat there and you beat and banged, you battled there, trying to work yourself into that second spot. Solely the 9 rider Kilgore was able to jump out in front, though, with the misshift of the 71 ride on one of those restarts. You were able to work yourself up into the second position there, and never really looked back after that, as you and Kilgore 1 and 2 here in this one. Gotta feel pretty good.
Yeah, felt pretty good. Really didn't realize how 3, 4 wide we were sometimes. You're just staring out the front. You're not really looking around, but looking back at it, there looked like it would be a pretty good broadcast. It just seemed like we'd get rolling. And, one time I thought we were actually in second, and then the caution came out and it put us in fourth. And, if that caution would have came out, maybe, I don't know, half straightaway later, it might have been a different story. But Kilgore was a lot better than us tonight. And I was trying to save some right rear at the end, but didn't seem like it mattered. When that caution came out with, 5 to go, I thought maybe I'd have a shot at him, but he was still walking me. Stifler missed a shift one time, and that kind of, man, it's lucky we actually all gathered it up. I thought for sure we were going to wad him up, but Lon did a really good job behind me on getting on the brakes. And luckily when I hit Stifler, I hit him straight square, so it didn't spin him. But I got to apologize to Hargraves there. One time I don't know what lap it was, but somewhere around lap 30, he kind of slid me, and I didn't know he was going to slide me. And by the time I saw his right rear bumper, I got into him, and I thought for sure it turned him completely sideways, but he must have ping-ponged off some guys and didn't completely spin him and put us to the tail. So I apologize to him for that, and it was obviously nothing intentional, just tight racing. Track was actually really racy, which was surprising. Really thought I had the bottom figured out, and then Kilgore was just eating me up. So I don't know what he was doing different. I'll have to look at look at how he was entering the corner and exiting the corner. But yeah, we normally don't get beat on the bottom, but we got beat tonight on the bottom. But it's to a teammate, so it's all good.
Absolutely. Whenever you lose to a teammate, makes that pain a little bit less here. But man, we talked about, the contact there with you and Hargraves. It looked like he lost the rear end there a little bit, just going through the slick stuff through the middle, and unfortunately just washed up India. And as he said, pinball, that is the key word to it, as he was pinballing for certain there all the way from quarter number 3 all the way down to quarter number 1, and everyone else right there as well. That's when we saw Somehow we saw 5 wide racing, almost 6 wide, going down the front straightaway into quarter number 1. Somehow or another, everyone was able to get through the first bit of the corner. It wasn't until almost out of quarter number 2 that we saw the first car unfortunately go around. But when we saw those drivers going 4, 5 wide, 3, 4 rows deep there, I didn't think we were going to make it out of corner number 2. I didn't think we were going to see a single car come out of that. That was a crazy, crazy bit of action right there. And unfortunately, only one car, Skylar Pruitt, going around right there. But man, that was a heck of a run and a heck of a race as you guys duked it out here all evening long. Went toe-to-toe, lap after lap after lap. And you got to feel pretty good being able to bring it home here with a second place run, knowing that there's so many talented and fast drivers back there behind you.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows I guess the level of competition or skill that we can run 3, 4 wide, and only have as few incidents as we do. I mean, it doesn't take much contact in the slick to turn these cars around at all. And then you got net code, even that's even an issue for some people too. So it's like actually the few amount of cautions we had is pretty impressive. The pill draw, I'm really enjoying the pill draw. It seems like it really kind of evens the playing field out. You don't have the same guys that qualify good up front every single race. It seems to give guys a better opportunity. I'm pretty sure Kilgore drew a 12 in his heat, and he still won tonight. So if you're fast, you can make it to the front. And I saw we had a fixed race last night, and the guy that won that, Bradley, he didn't even make the field tonight. He had some issues. He had a bad pill draw. So it just shows there is a lot of competition here. When you can win one night and not make the race the next, it's a lot of fun running this league, and I really appreciate Jim and everybody putting it on.
Absolutely, Tyler, a great run and a great show here in this one as he come home in position number 2. Who would you like to thank here for another strong run and another great performance here at Volusia Speedway Park?
Yeah, Volusia Speed Shop, KC Speedworks, shopfergie22.com. Thank you for the broadcast, and we're going to talk to you in Victory Lane one of these nights. I don't know how many years it's going to take, but we're going to get one.
We look forward to the day we get to talk to you back up here in Victory Lane. Man, what a run, what a race for you there, T-Jack, as you're able to come home in position number 2 here as 26 drivers started the A main, 26 drivers finished it, and you finished right there 1 and 2 with your teammate at the front of the field here, keeping 24 very, very fast drivers back there behind you. We look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack here in the next one. Hopefully we see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe one spot better, and up in Victory Lane yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you got 40 or 50 people running, your shots of winning aren't very good. So, I get kind of down about seconds and thirds, but there's a lot of guys that would be happy to run that. So, all in all, we're happy to be up front here and still competing for wins. That's all that matters.
Absolutely, brother. Tyler, enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the second place run.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher, T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, coming home here in position number 2. What a run and what a drive right there for T-Jack. Tim Taylor says, I'm tired. I'm tired, he says. Well, luckily enough, Tim, it's the end of the evening. You can turn the PC off. You can hop into the old bed and take yourself a little napsky poo. You don't have to, stay up all night or anything else. I mean, you might want to go back and rewatch this one. So if you need something to fall asleep to tonight, definitely turn this on, rewatch the stream, and watch the craziness unfold out there on the racetrack. And huge congrats to you as well, my dude. A good run there out of that double 9 ride. Coming home in 6th, we saw you right there pretty much in that 6th position, just on the outside of the top 5 here all evening long. Maybe slid back to the 7th or 8th position once or twice, but able to work yourself back up into that 6th spot is going to feel pretty dang good there. there out of the Memphis Grizzlies TNT Racing number 99 ride. My boy Ethan Bowers, how are you, Ethan? Ethan coming in showing the love as well, says best announcer. I appreciate you, Ethan, coming in showing the love here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to pull in our third place finisher here on the evening, the 10 ride of Lon Franks. As Frank's coming home here in position number 3, we're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. Hey, Lon, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
I got you.
Lon, man, another good run, another good race. Yeah, that 10 machine absolutely hooked up here this evening in a very, very wild race, man. We saw some crazy action all evening here, right from the front of the field, right to the back of the field, as you guys were beating and banging and battling out there on the racetrack. We saw you up towards the front, leading some laps. We saw you fall back a little bit. We saw you bouncing around there through the middle a few times, and we saw you trying to hang on to that ride. But late here in this race, you're able to work yourself back up inside the top 3 and hold on to a very, very solid podium finish here in a very crazy race at Volusia Speedway Park.
Yeah, it was a little wild at times for sure. I don't know, small mistakes had big consequences, it seemed like. So it didn't take much to get swallowed up. But yeah, I was glad to keep it up there. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know, concentrate, hold my own, just trying to stay off everybody and trying to get inch by inch, whatever I can get.
Absolutely, as everybody out there was trying to get every inch they can out there on the racetrack, and we saw a lot of beating and banging, and we saw a lot of drivers, get shoved into the middle as drivers were like right there on the bottom side. We saw some way up there against the outside. We saw tons of drivers trying to slide it right through the middle here. Take us through some of the track changes and what you're seeing out there on the racetrack, throughout this race, being at the front of the field early on, and then here late in this race, trying to figure out where's the best line, how do you navigate around this racetrack, and how do you navigate through some of the traffic, knowing that you could be in a bad position, you could be in the worst line on the racetrack, but still trying to hold on to those spots. Do you fall back a spot or two and jump up to the high side, or jump down to the bottom side if there's an opening, or do you just hang out and try to keep on rolling right there in the middle?
Well, when they're that tight, you just got to go where they're not. I think almost towards the end there, I think the high line would have been the fastest way, but like I said, everybody's so tight, it's you just kind of pick and choose lap by lap. But everybody's pretty good. There was a lot of 3, 4 wide. I mean, it was good stuff.
Absolutely, some great racing, some great video here for every one of the fans in the stands, as everyone was on the edge of their seats and standing up here, cheering you guys on as you guys put on an absolute amazing show here for us in this one. Lon, who would you like to thank for such a great run and another great performance here, parking the 10 machine up here in position number 3?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank BladeNode.com, iRacing, iFlag, Martin Sports, PCR Sim Products, 304 Roots, J&D Trucking, Junk Fabrication, JRE, the whole team over here at DWR, great group. You for putting it on, all the fans, the followers, my wife for letting me sit back here for a couple hours here and there, and the family for watching, and anybody else.
Beauty. Well, Lon, another good run, another good race here for you. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack next Wednesday. Hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, and maybe a couple spots better, and up here in Victory Lane once again.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get me one someday. We'll see you, buddy.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too, bub.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to conclude it for this evening's racing action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Man, I cannot thank you guys enough for coming in and showing the love here all evening long. Everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Man, that was a crazy, crazy race. And honestly, I'm probably going to edit that one up probably tomorrow evening and throw that one up onto the YouTube channel, as well as just the feature event there, as we got that good recording in there. I knew it was going to be a very very, very racy race. I knew it was going to be very interesting to see what was going to happen out there on the racetrack, and I'm glad I did because, man, these guys put on a absolutely amazing race for us, right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag, and that was a ton of fun. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys back here in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
No right grip whatsoever. Up sideways. Sideways everywhere. Come on, man. Do what you can. The vibration in this car is the worst vibration that I've ever had, and the shifter's broken again.